Thank you. I'm humbled to present this award honoring Dr. Garth Pickard, who passed away in November of 2020. Dr. Pickard was a driving force for this organization and for sustainability across this province. I know his legacy will endure for many years to come. The Garth Pickard Award was created to recognize a project led by an individual or a group of academics, students, and/or staff at a post-secondary education institution in Saskatchewan, and who shows innovation and excellence in education for sustainable development. This year's winner is Dr. Sarah Abbott, Associate Professor, Department of Film, Faculty of Media, Art, and Performance at the University of Regina. Dr. Abbott's project is called Engaging Climate Change, Creativity, Community, Intervention. This is a multidisciplinary course which explores climate change and environmental concerns with a focus on sustainability, resilience, community, Indigenous perspectives, science, non-human awareness, artist engagement, local global projects, and thinking outside the box in the face of change, innovation, and action. Congratulations, Dr. Abbott.
Tanshe, hola. Again, it's really wonderful to be here. Thank you very much for the wonderful introduction to the Garth Pickard Award and my work with this class. I am doubly and very honored that my class is being recognized with an Education for Sustainable Development Recognition Award, and that it was selected for the Garth Pickard Award for Post-Secondary Excellence in Education for Sustainable Development. It is actually an amazing surprise to be up here because it was 3 years ago, almost exactly, that I conceived of the class, which has been a passion project to empower youth with a knowledge and space for their climate concerns. I want to thank Ray Stasison, former Dean of the Faculty of Media, Art and Performance, also known as MAP, for saying yes to me creating the class, to MAP and University of Regina faculty for additional support, and to all the students who took the class for bravely engaging the profoundly challenging realities of the climate crisis on top of the hardships of the pandemic. Engaging Climate Change, Creativity, Community Intervention is a multidisciplinary course exploring climate change and environmental concerns in relation to sustainability, resilience, community, Indigenous perspectives, science, non-human awareness, eco-anxiety, artist engagements, youth activism, and local and global projects. I developed and taught the class 3 times through MAP between winter 2020 and fall 2021. The course is open to undergraduate and graduate students, master's and PhD from any discipline. Assignments can be applied, hands-on community engagements and/or artistic explorations of course themes in conjunction with student interests. In addition to providing post-secondary student learning, the course content and student works produced public events and materials that are now freely available online for public education and inspiration. Some of the students' work is in this slideshow. Several expert guests visited the class, and the students thoroughly appreciated interacting with and learning from them. My and our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Margot Hurlbert, Canada Research Chair in Climate Change, Energy and Sustainability Policy at the U of R's Johnson Shoyama Graduate School of Public Policy, for discussing current climate science and IPCC processes and reports. Michelle Brass, member of Yellow Quill First Nation and Indigenous Climate Action, for sharing about Indigenous understandings and approaches to living with respectful, ongoing relations with the land and all beings, colonialism, climate concerns, and food security. Cameron Essler, organizer and educator with the David Suzuki Foundation, for leading a workshop on integrating personal stories with climate messaging. Sue Deranger, Wendy Larat, Terry Sleva, and Florence Stratton, members of Mother Earth Justice Advocates, for their deep reflections on mindful care, equity, and respect for the land and all non-human and human beings, colonial impacts, and climate activism. Amy Snyder, for sharing information about Regina's Enviro Collective organization, and Kate Yoder, for reflecting on writing as a youth for the online climate change magazine, Grist. Thinking outside the box is another class theme that challenges students to think differently, to question and to act beyond personal and societal comfort zones, habits, and systems. We are also regularly checking in on our constantly shifting place on the continuum of hope and despair that comes with deepening understandings of the causes, activism, and impacts of climate change. Through the class, the students deepened their awareness of the interconnection of all life, organic and inorganic, on the planet, and the interconnected facets of climate change. Students were empowered to think critically and speak on issues of climate change, made personal, sustainable life changes, initiated conversations with family and friends, incorporated tools for personal resilience, took public action, and got involved in community initiatives. Some students indicated the course was, quote unquote, life-changing. I could talk your ears off about the wide variety of work and personal growth the students reflected back to me, but I'd like to leave you with the words from one of the students. He could not be here today and has given me permission to read his poem. Heal the World by Audubon James. Heal the world, Michael Jackson said. Make it a better place. Sometimes I wonder if we heard him, because with all the pollution going on, it makes me contemplate. Why has it taken us so long to see that the earth we live in is in a depleting state? We take and we take without a thought or debate. We poisoning the earth just to put some more food in our plate. Now we want to up and leave to Venus or Mars, trying to replicate. But I promise you, this world that we live in, it ain't ours to duplicate. So how can we leave it for our children and our children's children? Not even knowing what's going to be left or even knowing what's at stake. USA Today says by 2070, 1/3 of plants and animal species will go extinct. The world will be so different, the change would be so distinct. But we wouldn't be there to witness it, so what do we care if it stinks? But is that fair to the being we call Mother Earth? She has given us so much: the food we eat, the air we breathe, and everything we have and needed to live since birth. And this is how we repay her? By destroying and neglecting her? I hope we can all wake up and fix the mess we've made. Attention, all humans, it's time to do your part. Time to give back to the earth who gave you from her heart. We only got one shot at life, so don't throw it in the dark. Thank you.